All right, welcome to Horned Up. We got a bunch of brand new Vikings. We got a hell of a show coming up, and I already see Mason M wondering when I'm going to slam that can of man, which I would probably say it's going to be this weekend. It's going to be a member video. I'm not going to get the whole thing down. I'm going to try. I might. I don't know. I might.
I mean, I'm not expecting you to. I'm going to guess you gag after a couple good swallows, which seems to be your MO in high school.
That's not right. We got Viking Funeral in the house. Harmsy, Chris Olson, Gary Olson, Mason M. Ashley is in the house as always. Chris Bowman, one of my favorite baseball cards back in the day. That Griffey Junior rookie Bowman was. I still got a bunch of them, worth nothing. But
we also got Knack Attack is in the
Knack
house.
Attack,
Michael Boswell. Hell yeah! You know what? It's a week past the draft, and you know what? I'm not even sad. I feel good. I'm excited.
Thomas is back. He says, "What up, Peterheads? I'm back and nasty as ever." Thomas,
wow,
good to see you, man. Good to see you. It's been a while.
Great to see him.
Mark Johnson is so horny.
Wow. Hope he's not too horny to smash your ass in pickleball.
That ain't gonna happen. We got Devron. We got Devron Harper, Vikings undrafted free agent, wide receiver / special teams demon, coming on here in about 8 minutes. We got Thor Nystrom coming on, talk NFL draft. Got a hell of a show.
We do have a hell of a show. What a way to kick off the month of May with this just slam-packed show full of action in Vikings talk. I don't know. I'm feeling good. I'm excited. We finally went through all the undrafted free agents. You know what? It's weird because you try to learn all these people, all these prospects. You try to get familiar with everybody. You can't do it. And I got to say, a lot of these guys we brought in after the draft, never heard of. But I like a lot of these guys when we started digging into them.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what happens. I mean, we've been through enough drafts in our years where even the draft picks you don't like, a day later you love them. Undrafted free agents, you're like, I don't know any of these people. I mean, you fall in love with them immediately, and that's just what happens when you love the Minnesota Vikings. I love everyone. I love every single player more than anything in the world, and I love Devron Harper.
Yeah, I do too.
Dude does it all.
He's an exciting player, and it's weird because we got two Mercer boys.
Yeah, we do, and I think I saw a stat on it. There's only been like
one.
No, but one other one since like 2000 something, and we signed 2 of them. Ty James,
I like it.
Let's go. How's everybody feeling? We're gonna bring on Devron here in 5 minutes, so we might as well just kind of.
Well, let's wing it here for a little bit. While we're waiting, why don't you guys put your grade for the Vikings draft in the comments? Just toss your grade out there, see what you guys graded. We gave our grades multiple times, so throw it out there, guys. Let's see some grades for the Vikings draft class.
Chris Bowman says you're gonna love Murphy.
We got a B from Michael Boswell.
Sarah says A+. Hell yeah, Sarah. B for Mason M.
No.
Couple B's. Alyssa, what's going on?
Scolise's in the house. A from Chad H. B+, B. Nothing lower than B so far.
On the roundtable last night, Dosa Dion, I think he gave us an A. Nick from from the Bears gave us a B+, and then Baz gave us a B-. He was appalled by our trade. Like he just the trade value just made him hate it. Basically,
we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, just saying different perspectives.
How many safeties did the Packers end up with? I feel like they took at least 4 safeties.
They took 3, and I think they're moving some of them around. But
I feel like they're trying to find their own Josh Metellus.
Well, they also had like 11 picks, so it's hard not to double, triple dip. Meep, that was definitely one of my favorite Muppets. Beaker,
that was a really good Beaker impersonation.
The Beaker and the Chef.
Yeah.
A lot of A's. Everyone's drinking the purple Kool-Aid. I like it. It's an A. Would have been an A+ if we addressed the D line.
Yeah.
We'll be talking to Thor about that. I'm very curious to see what he thinks about us passing up on the interior defensive line and offensive line.
Line too.
But absolutely. Hold on a minute. I guess keep talking. I got to find something.
Yeah, so we got another A-, A++ from Ashley. Fun times last week. It was fun times. That was like the most glorious third. I mean, never in a million years imagined we would get Dallas Turner and J.J. McCarthy.
I think Alyssa's still hung over from the draft party. Everybody was on. I mean, I looked at it. I think I was on for like 5 hours and 55 minutes. A+. Everybody's sticking through that. That was fantastic. I can't wait till next year. I told Lupagus, I said, shit, we're gonna do pretty much every damn round next year.
Let's go live.
I mean, he won't, but I will.
With no potty breaks.
I actually was pretty good on that. I don't know. I didn't have many potty breaks.
Liz was hungover for 2 days. Those gasoline jello shots you guys made.
Well, the best part was then we got her back on later, and she wakes up her husband.
Yeah.
And they both do a shot, and it was very clear. It looked like a bad idea. I love that she did it. Didn't look like the best idea.
No, he was having a little rest.
All right, I'm gonna throw out the link to Devron, have him come on. One of the newest Minnesota Vikings, Mercer.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Let's go. Hit that like button. Be sure.
Knack loved the Kyrie Jackson pick. I did too.
Alyssa's never gonna have a jello shot again. That's a little extreme.
Probably never should have in the first place.
There's the man. There's the
that
man.
guy.
Harper, what's
going
up?
on?
How you doing, man?
Oh, yeah, I'm feeling good, doing good, man.
Your hair matches your walls. I like that.
Yeah, I just got it dyed freshly, man. So
it looks good.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
Get some purple in there too, though.
Hey, I don't want it to kill my hair. I don't know.
All right.
Go that way though. I might go that way.
We both put purple in our hair, and we're pretty much bald. So yeah, definitely do not do that. It will fall out instantly. But hey, Devron, we appreciate you hopping on, man. I mean, I'm going to go over your stat quick. Everybody's got to get to know Devron Harper. We've been diving into you. Instantly fell in love with you. I mean, you hold multiple records at Mercer. Career 23 touchdowns, almost 2,000 receiving yards, 159 receptions. Kickoff return yards are off the charts. All-time punt return leader, all-time leader in purpose yards. So you went there and just absolutely whooped some ass, and we were very happy to have you as a Minnesota Viking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all.
I want to ask you just to start. I mean, how does it feel to reach this level, to be in the NFL, actually be a member of the National Football League?
Hey, man, it's a dream come true. Now, honestly, like, it's just a dream come true from all the doubts, of you being too small, and you still overcome it, it's a goal that I set for myself, first to graduate. I do that for myself and for my family, but then being able to go to this next step in life, this next chapter, it really makes a difference, man. Give you confidence.
Nice.
Yeah. So what are next steps? I mean, what's next steps as far as like when are you going to be in Minnesota? Give us a scoop.
Well, I leave here May 9th. I'm gonna take my flight May 9th. And after that, I'm really just gonna, be the newbie in there, man. Just trying to figure out everything that's going on. Listening to the vets, the older guys, just trying to get a relationship with everybody, and just become a team player, man. Just show myself, show my personality to them, let them know that, just getting to learn everybody, honestly.
How excited are you to be on the same field out there with Justin Jefferson?
Hey, man, it's a blessing. That's all I can say, man. Those guys, they look at us and it's like, it's the same, and we're the same as regular, but they accomplish a lot of goals in life, and it's an honor to be able to meet those guys and play with those guys, and
there you are. You're back.
Oh, nervous.
This is perfect though. Harmsy, one of our viewers asked, is he the good kick and punt returner?
I think my mic went off.
Can you hear us?
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hold on. I think my mic went off,
no,
man.
You're good. I'll answer Harmsy's question. You're damn right he is.
Yeah.
Damn right. He'll pop back on. Man, I already love this dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's fantastic. Very, very great personality. And a hell of a punt returner. Yeah, he's what do you say? He
to have phone issues.
Oh, he's coming back. You
There
back?
he is. Hey!
Yeah, man, I got you. My bad. My phone.
No, you're good. I was just answering one of our viewers' questions. He asked if you're the good kick and punt returner that we signed, and I said, "You're damn right he is."
Oh,
you're damn right he is.
I'm there to bring excitement, man. I'm ready to really show, bring some of that Devin Hester back into the league. Man.
Yeah, nice. Devron, I want to ask you this: not being drafted, you do have a choice of where you can sign. What made you choose Minnesota Vikings, and how many other teams were after you?
I mean, it was a couple, about 2 or 3. It wasn't many, man, but this been my favorite team growing up. I have jackets, I had jerseys for my birthdays. My mom just got me a jacket like 3 years ago, for the Minnesota Vikings. But I was a big Adrian Peterson fan.
Yeah.
Just seeing him run, I said I want to have that dog in me, like how he run the ball, how he do. So I always watched him growing up, and that's just my honest answer to you. When they came with telling me everything to my agent, man, it was like, hey man, I mean, honestly, at that point, it matters what you get, and you don't want to just be the low end of the stick. But when it came to them, man, I was ready to go regardless. Like I was like, hey, I can make it happen there, man. Like that's been a dream to even go there. No matter if it wasn't even anybody there, man. I just wanted to go there and just be a part of that atmosphere, be a part of that organization, man.
Well, Mark Johnson brings up a good question in the comments. So since you're a Vikings fan, do you already have a little bit of, disdain for the Green Bay Packers?
Oh, definitely, man. I have a dude that I play the game with to this day right now named Gator. He is a diehard Packers fan. I told him, man, hey, I don't want you to be hurt from this one, but so I'm ready to give it to them, man. It's at that point, we don't like that right there. So it is what it is.
Yeah. So the Vikings actually they signed your teammate as well, Ty James. So what does it mean to you to have your teammate Ty James with you taking this journey into the National Football League?
Hey, it's a blessing for real. That is a blessing. Just to have that comfort level, somebody that you already know, and y'all can just build off relationships together with them. Just like for him, I wanted to be the same, man. Let's go in there and let's get active. Let's do what we always did. Show our personality. There's no time to be scared, man. We're grown now, So I want to be a part of the organization. I want to be a part of that great teammate. I want the fans to love me. I just want all of that to come with this, man. So having him by my side too, or me just with him, hey man, it's a blessing, man, because it's already you come in there with a comfort level that you still have somebody that you can always go to, even if you feel some type of way. I can talk to this person, So it's just that kind of level. So it's really not even been a scary ride for me, knowing that I even have him coming with me, man.
Awesome.
Once again, we got Devron Harper joining us, one of the newest Minnesota Vikings. We're very excited to see. What do you think about the new NFL rule change with the kickoff return? You being the kickoff return specialist master back there, how do you like it?
Hey, I'm blessed. Hey, I'm, just to be honest with you, that's why we're here right now. I mean, hey, we can say whatever, but that rule changing, it really helped a lot, man. It's a blessing. That's God. That's just God's plan, man. I feel like it's gonna bring excitement back. That ability to be able to actually have the special teams more involved. It was more just on either punt return a little bit or just field goals, all this. Now it's getting back to, okay, special teams is going to be a big part of the game now, man. Special teams is definitely going to be a big part, and I'm ready to bring explosive plays to it.
Nice. So what are the Minnesota Vikings getting now that they signed Devron Harper? What are you going to bring to this team?
I'm going to bring everything they need, man. Let me take it like this. I'm going to bring everything that I have in me that could just change anything, even if it's that keeping a teammate up. Personality-wise, it's off the football field, man. They're bringing in a person that really cares, shows his love. I'm a diehard fan of the Minnesota Vikings, so I know how the fans are about the Minnesota. So the fans, hey, I love them. I'm gonna ride with them. I'm not gonna get in too much trouble because I can't handle too much trouble. But hey, I'm coming to try to change everything, man. And just be that piece. Play my role, man. Do it 110% every time. Whatever they need from me. That's if I have to pick a teammate up. I'm there to do that. And if I get on the field, do what I have to do, then I'm gonna be there to do that too, man. So yeah, I just want to. They getting all that in one, man.
Sweet.
We got Purple Papa's wondering if you have a nickname. He's suggesting Revron. Rev that thing. Let's go, baby.
Okay, hey, if you want that, then I'll go with it. But back at Mercer, it was really just like Dev and just stuff like that. But when I played Little League, I had a coach, and it was Coach Rob. He called me Swag. That's because I wanted to always try to look, good on the field. I just know you look good, you play good, man. So that's how I just went by. He told me all the time, if I came out there and I dressed like a little off, he'd be like, hey, you ain't got that swagger about you today, so I have to go change and put on something else. So they came.
We got a couple questions here asking what jersey number you want. You got a number in mind? You're just going to take what they give you?
I'm going to take what they give me. I'm going to make that the best number that I had in my life. That's Hey, that's gonna be my favorite number. Whatever they give me, that's my favorite number.
Nice.
Oh, this is fantastic. Devron, hey, man, we appreciate you. We know
Yeah.
you're busy. You got a lot of stuff going on. We greatly appreciate you hopping on real quick, man. This is fantastic. You're already a fan favorite.
Yeah, you got a lot of fans already.
You say, huh?
You're already a fan favorite. You already got a lot of fans in the comments, man. We appreciate you hopping on.
Hey, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everybody in the comments, man. Hey, y'all be blessed, man. Everybody be blessed, man. It's love, man.
Heck
That's awesome, man. Hey, good luck. Good luck. You're going to kill it.
Thank you, my man.
Yeah,
right,
thanks, Greg. That was fantastic.
That was fantastic. Damn
I
it.
can't believe he was a Vikings fan. That's insane.
I can. Isn't everybody a Viking fan?
I would hope so.
You know, we've last year we had Najee come on. Now we got Devron come on. We're gonna fall in love with this dude, and we're good luck. He's gonna make the damn team. It's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah, that was his energy is infectious. I mean, his attitude, energy. He was really impressive. Enjoyed that.
Yeah, it'd almost be better. I almost wish I didn't like him so much because now I just like him a lot. I mean, his stats speak. Here's the thing. I mean, a lot of people. I mean, go watch his highlights on YouTube. It's fantastic. We didn't even get into what he does back there, but I mean, he had a ton of carries. They gave him the ball in the backfield. I think he averaged like 7 yards a carry during college. Yep. Last year he had I can't remember how many receptions he had. I want to say like 70 something. Just they use him in so many damn ways, and he's just a special weapon. It's gonna be fun to watch. Yeah,
versatile. Like you said, not just a returner, but he was on gunner too. You see him make some plays, tackling dude. So he's got a great shot, and I'm excited for him.
Yeah,
for us to get him.
And he's just has a fantastic personality. So I like the people putting the questions out there. I just sent you the link for Thor if you want to send that to him.
Oh, sure.
Yes, everybody falling in love with Devron, wishing him well. Let's go. So we were talking about grades for the Vikings. So if you came on a little bit late, throw your grade in there for the Vikings draft class. You can include
Devron,
undrafted free agents for sure.
Absolutely.
Viking Funeral's already a big fan of Devron. Let's go.
Ooh, Tim Boss says he's also easy on the eyes.
Yeah, he unfortunately made us look uglier than we already are. Handsome.
Yeah, absolutely. We got about 7 minutes, so I think Thor's got some time for us. So let's talk about what's your favorite pick? It doesn't have to be the best one. What's your favorite pick of the Vikings 2024 draft class? Let's see some options in the comments, and we'll drop ours.
Yeah, let's see favorite picks. Get creative if you want. It can be JJ McCarthy. You don't gotta get too crazy, but who's your favorite pick?
Favorite pick.
Nitzberg has breaking news.
Yeah, with Gator. Fuck the Packers and fuck Gator too.
Levi in the 7th, Thomas liked. Yeah. I love the fact that Thomas knew who he was. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Turner, a lot of Turners.
Can absolutely be an undrafted free agent. Yes, Alyssa, we all know who yours is. That's why you had 17 juggle shots.
Yeah. I once we are more comfortable with Alyssa, we're gonna have to find out if she maybe wet the bed. It's possible. 2-day hangover. It's in the cards. Bo Richter
is high.
Bo Richter.
Yeah, he's nice.
A lot of people like Bo Richter. I think he's going to be. I think he's a dark horse, but I think come preseason, 4th quarter, Bo Richter's going to be like, holy shit, I love this guy.
I also like that Odin Porter too. Like watching him, I was like, shit. I mean, these guys just look like dudes. They're just football players.
They look like dudes. They should.
I mean, they got the jerseys tucked up. They're just like all just, there's no body fat on them. They're just dudes.
They're dudes. Turner, Walter Rouse.
Wow, Walter Rouse.
Walter Rouse got.
I'll tell you what. Yeah. He is really growing on me, Walter Rouse. I wasn't excited about it because I didn't know who the hell it was, but I think the Vikings immediately got a backup tackle, like with the 6th-round pick, and he's going to be on the team because he's the backup right now, and he's huge, and he's actually pretty damn good.
He's going to be a swing tackle. He's going to be the next Q-Bear for the next 6 years. Once Q-Bear retires next year, Walter Rouse is going to be the guy who can play in a pinch. Alyssa's confirming that she did not. I don't believe her.
Yeah.
I still think it's probably 50-50.
It could have happened, so she doesn't even know if it happened or not.
All right, I'm not getting fan. My favorite pick was Turner, just because it was not expected. There's no way in hell we should have got him. And that's easy. I'm not even going to go anymore. Nitzberg is really upset with these Green Bay Packers.
I had a feeling you're going to say Turner, and he's one of mine too. But I'm going to go Kyrie Jackson. Just I fell in love with him when I was doing these simulators, and this guy kept coming up. I'm going to look back and see what this Kyrie Jackson is. This was back in January, 6'3" corner. I'm like, hell yes. Started watching his highlights, finding everything I can about him. Fell in love with the dude. And this, when you're on a guy early and we end up getting him in the draft, it's huge. You love that. And I think he's going to be damn good. I'm excited about Kyrie Jackson.
Yeah, we're going to have a different side of this question too. But with Kyrie Jackson, here's my thing with him is you're right. I'm really glad we got him. I was always so focused on when it came to size, I was so focused on Cam Hart. Like Kyrie Jackson was just kind of always an afterthought for me. So I never really fell in love with him prior. I was just totally, I wanted Cam Hart. If we're going to get a corner in round 4, it was like Cam Hart. So Kyrie Jackson is probably going to be fantastic. They're going to be able to do a lot of things with him. I just never fell in love with him prior, and I wish I would have because it would have been easy to.
I was big on Cam Hart as well. I was fine with either one. I thought they're both going to go in round 2. That didn't happen. There was kind of that tackle run late in the 3rd round and push some of these guys back, and yeah, I'm glad we got him. And I know there's been talk about him potentially being a safety. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but
I've only saw that one place, and somebody really just shot that down quick. So I don't think that's happening. I think we have a lot of safeties.
Yes.
If they're going to move him to safety, then he's never going to play. So
yeah,
we'll see. But the long story short is there's a lot of things they can do with Kyrie Jackson.
Well, and unless Thor's he's not waiting, is he?
No.
Yeah. Let's talk back about Dallas Turner, because that to me also was shocking. Like, never in a million years did I think this was a possibility. If someone would have came on the show and when we're doing these bold predictions and would have said, the Vikings are going to get anybody. Like when we do bold predictions, come on, give your bold prediction. If someone would have said we're going to get J.J. McCarthy and Dallas Turner, we would have torn them apart, told them they were idiots, they were morons. At least we wouldn't have done it on air, but we would have done it eventually. And the fact it happened, it was not even – it was not even the realm of possibility. I'm still shocked.
No, that's why when it comes to the draft and it's about people falling, I mean, we do it every year. I mean, Lupagis and I call each other out, and it's like, that'll never happen. It's like, bullshit. You don't know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen. So just remember this next year when we're doing 50,000 mock drafts and we're saying that there's no way that's going to happen, or you ain't going to be there. Come on, give me a break. It's like, anything is possible. We got Dallas Turner and J.J. McCarthy, and we still have our 1st-round pick next year. It's a miracle.
It is a miracle.
Miracle Whip.
Yeah, I was just going to think about Miracle Whip, and I don't know. I prefer Mayo.
I was in my early 20s when I realized that you're actually supposed to refrigerate mayo after you open it. So I'd always put it in the pantry.
Oh my God.
And one of my friends saw it in the pantry and were disgusted that I was still alive.
That's why you haven't had a solid shit since 2001.
It probably has something to do with it, because it would just go right in the pantry. I didn't know you were supposed to at the store. It was always on the just never in there. So yeah.
Listen, I don't even think it was best case scenario. It was like the most unbelievable scenario happened.
So everybody, make sure to refrigerate your mayonnaise after you open it. Otherwise, you might have a tummy ache.
You might have unsolid fecal matter.
All right, there's the man right there.
Yeah.
Let's go, buddy. Let's go.
Thor, how you doing, man?
How you guys doing?
Oh,
I'm doing good, man. Did you know you're supposed to refrigerate mayo after you open it?
I mean, I always put it in there. Was there another methodology?
No, you're right. You're supposed to do it.
Absolutely the correct answer.
Okay. Who doesn't refrigerate mayo?
Took a long time, and it took
ginger over there,
an elderly man, until I realized that, and I think it had a lot to do with my stomach issues. So, anyways, we got that figured. How you feeling, man? How you feeling about the draft?
Feeling good. I don't have that curdled mayo feeling of Broncos fans in the aftermath of that. But yeah, Vikings could not have played out much better than it did. The fact that we didn't have to trade the second first-round pick, you protected the 2025 first-round pick. You get JJ, then it allows you when the board you're in the middle of this historical fluke anomaly where 14 straight offensive players go at the top, which of course pushes down these defenders that all spring we were mocking way higher than that. Opens up an opportunity where the guy who all spring was the odds-on favorite to be the first defender off the board against the field had dropped down to number 17. No one saw that. Everyone, like the free spot number 1 in the mock drafts was Caleb Williams. Number 2, if you didn't have a trade there, was Marvin Harrison to the Cardinals. And then the next one was the Falcons taking Dallas Turner. The mistake we made, we got the first 2 ones right. The mistake we made with the third one is not realizing what a dope runs that organization. Next year, I'm going to put a little sticky, and be like, if Terry Fontenot's still running that thing next year, you just got to go off like a linebacker or safety. It's go off the grid with the least valuable asset he can possibly use that top 8 pick on. But because of these market factors, it pushes Dallas Turner further down the board than you would have expected. And because you read the room right, in particular, the calling of the bluff of the Giants, that was the master stroke by Kwesi. I do not believe that I would have had the guts to do that, because your career is dependent on it. Like, you don't want to be in the position that Sean Payton was of oh God, now we got to take Christian Ponder because everyone else, all the good ones win. Now we got to reach on that guy, because then there's another perceptual drop off in that. So he calls the bluff correctly of the Giants. That was brilliant. Retains that pick. Then they make the move up for Turner. I know that people are. I've seen all these. Everyone turns into an expert on the trade charts the day after the draft, which is funny to me because I have all the trades. Like I made my own trade chart. Like I have in my spreadsheets at work. The fantasy pros, the data scientists, they have a little trade calculator for me. So like while the live stuff's going, I can like compute all the different stuff. Like this and that. But like, it's funny to me how many people become an expert on this the day after the draft. Here's the thing. The people complaining about, they gave up too much to move up for Dallas Turner. The math changes when it's no longer the idea of an asset. It is the finite thing of the player as they are ranked on your board. You are no longer trading for the 17th slot. You are trading for the guy who is ranked X on your board. Dallas Turner, assuredly, they have talked about this. They were talking about how they would have considered him if circumstance had gone one way or the other at that 10-11 pick. I mean, especially if they had a quarterback, they would have taken him there, right? So they had him above that, assuredly top 10 on their board. They are trading for a top 10 pick at that point, in their opinion. The math changes on it. Again, it's no longer a nebulous asset. We have our board stacked after doing this for months and months and months. Our multi-million-dollar scouting department, our analytics department, everyone's come together. This is how we judge the values of these players. They had Dallas Turner above that. The circumstances went a different way, but I find it funny when all these jabronis come out the next day and they're like, the trade chart and for the 17th pick. It's like, they had Dallas Turner higher than 17th on their board. That's not the math that they are running in that moment. So anyway, I had to say that.
No, you nailed it. It's
that was perfect.
Yeah, everybody's bitching about you killed it. That was perfect. Let me ask you this super quick. Like, as idiotic as that Penix trade or the Penix pick was, when he went, were you more nervous that we weren't going to get McCarthy, or like how did you feel when that went, just based off of the Vikings actually still getting McCarthy?
Did you see his face? Because his face was I know KOC's is like the viral thing, but yours is right up there, Thor. When I watched your reaction to that Penix pick, it was hilarious.
So people don't know this, but here's the story behind that one. My boss was putting in, we had a spreadsheet. So, we were doing that live show and he was putting the picks in the spreadsheet. The first thing where you see my eyes and it's like that, it's because I saw QB in the one box. And so, and for a second, my heart dropped to the floor because it was like, these morons gave all their cap room to Cousins, and now they just stole JJ from, like, what are, but then of course I saw what the actual name was, and it took me a while. I was in a blender for a little bit, just my brain trying to compute what that dope Terry Fontenot was doing. Like, I want the behind the scenes. I want the footage from inside the war room. I want to know what Arthur Blank, that whole thing where Terry was Scary Terry, as I call him, that dope. The guy who every single year, I don't know why they keep allowing him to do this. Every single year, the guy gets a top 8 pick and he just walks in. He's got a blowtorch. He just takes a blowtorch to the thing. And this one was the dumbest pick yet. It's like, for my next trick next year, it's like, what I'll take a middle linebacker with the number 6 overall pick. Watch me. I'm Terry Fontenot. But yeah, no, at that point, then it was like, okay. I saw the name. It's like, thank you, Terry Fontenot, for being Terry Fontenot. I at least appreciate you for the special snowflake that you are. But then we had the Bears that were on the clock. Obviously, you're not going to be doing business with the Bears as the Vikings. They're not going to facilitate that. Odunze was there. You had some attractive defenders there, offensive linemen there. There was different directions they could go. But that was where it got scary with, will that team spite the Vikings right now? Will they get enough or good enough where they can justify bypassing a Rome Odunze or some of these other guys on the board to skip down to it appeared that Sean Payton was working the telephones. He worked even harder in the post-draft presser trying to convince people that he was only double agenting that. He put all that effort into talking to JJ while the draft was going and calling teams and that were above him trying to move up. That wasn't because he wanted a different quarterback than Bo Nix. He was just pretending. Yeah, the plan that he wanted all along to draft the crappiest of the 6 quarterbacks, that's exactly what he got, and it worked out well. But you had to sweat out that pick as the Bears until they were done. They submitted the pick, and then the Jets were up, and right when you seen the thing flip, where you have the green, and then it flips to we have the trade, and it's purple. He's coming home like that. I mean, that was I didn't need the card to be read. I knew who the pick was going to be.
Hell yeah. Do you think JJ starts week 1?
I think he could. I'm not going to say that he will, because I think that's up to a couple different things. You could do the qualitatively in camp between the two guys, but also I think the more important thing and the factor that we just can't gauge right now is, what do they feel like is best for his development? And that's probably something that they need with him walking in the door. Did they feel that it would be best for him in September, early October, learning behind a guy like Sam Darnold? The offense, there's a lot of similarities. It's the 12 personnel thing, same thing that he ran at Michigan, winning the national title last year. But people keep in mind, he did that as a 20-year-old, third year out of high school. He turned 21 right after the national title game. This is a young kid. It's not going to hurt J.J. McCarthy's development to toss him out week 1. I think it might with Drake May. That was my concern with Drake May, if you toss him to the Wolves right away, because there's some weeds you got to pull out with his game. With J.J., I think he could do it. I don't think it's going to hurt him at all. The confidence is very high with him. He does not put the ball up for grabs or make stupid decisions like that. There's not the same kind of weeds like that, but I think you could also make the argument of coming in, he only had the 2 years starting experience. Like, let's go a little bit slower. Let's teach him some stuff. Let's get him in the film room, different stuff like that. And Josh McCown and Sam Darnold are besties or whatever. So I would be surprised if Darnold doesn't get
besties do.
That's what besties do. That's at least what I've been told. I've been watching game film for the last 3 months, so my social errors right now are a little bit off. You guys have to forgive me.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic. That's what it is. All right. So a couple quickies. We got to let you. You got to get out of here. You got more important stuff to do.
Bigger fish to
fry. Very, very
definitely not more important. I'm just in the car wash.
In the comments, it's very apparent that people enjoy you being on the show a lot more than they enjoy Lupagus and I being on the show. So we greatly appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
Day three. Who is your favorite pick?
I would say the one right from the top. The only thing that's surprising was I was wondering if they would consider a trade down, just because obviously you hadn't had any picks the day before. Yep. Maybe pick up some equity. But the fact that they zeroed in on him, I'd be curious to know the offers that they turned down. Because when you're sitting at the top on Saturday, you're one of the first picks, you're going to get calls. But Kyrie Jackson's a perfect fit for that system. A kid who was at Alabama. They had the stacked defensive back room of all time. So it's no shame that you didn't get on the field a ton there. But then he goes to Oregon. They had some nasty defenses, and Dan Lanning loves that kid. He was awesome last year. And he Kyrie Jackson comes out of a lab built for the Flores defense. He's 6'4", over 200 pounds. He's a good athlete. He can get his hands on you off the line. And in the zone concepts in particular, the only thing, where you'd be concerned, it's like, would a dopey team take him and then try to put him in man coverage? He got to trail the opposing X on the other team for 5 seconds after the snap. That's where his game is going to fall apart a little bit. But where it's the concepts where he can play a little bit off, play some zone, play forward on the guys. Then the times where you're doing when Flores loves to do the zero blitzes and Kyrie can go and shove the guy off the line. Those are the things that he's good at. You don't want him having to trail for a long time, but if you're either ratcheting it up and then he's gonna mug you off the line, or it's playing a bit back in the zone, he's really good with that. He's really good at reading the intentions of the quarterback. He knows his sector, and then he breaks on the ball really quick in those situations, ends up deflecting a lot of them. So I really like that one just because of the fit, and I didn't have any problem with not trading down because of the guy that they brought in there.
Nice. One more undrafted free agent. Who's your favorite undrafted free agent, or best to make the team? Maybe. How about that perspective?
I would say, well, first of all, I'll say I think 3 of them do. Again, I think they matched last year. So this column, every year I do the UDFA class rankings. We're not publishing it at Fantasy Pros till Monday, so I can't give away too much. But I'll just say this: Vikings UDFA class once again finished in the top 5 of my rankings, and because the 4 defenders they brought in at the top, in my opinion, should have been drafted. And I think certainly Murphy from UCLA is going to make. He's the one that was analogous for he's not the off-ball linebacker, but he was ranked analogous for me to Ivan Pace from last year. Coming out of the draft, I was like, how the F does Ivan Pace not get drafted? And Murphy's making that team. It just is what it is. The 2 linebackers as well. One of those 2 is making it. We have a battle royale in camp between Richter and Dallas Gant from Toledo, who was at Ohio State before that, but he was dominant in the MAC the last couple of years. Very different kinds of players. Richter created all kinds of havoc in the MWC coming off the edge. This is like unorthodox, sawed-off guy, but a very good athlete. I think he's going to have to learn to play the off-ball linebacker, but there's the spot open there. Gant is more your prototypical version of that. Whoever is better between those 2 guys, I think makes the roster. And then in my car wash, I'm forgetting the fourth of the ones, the one who was in between them guys. Let me pull it up real quick. Just blanking on. McLaughlin from Arkansas. A kid who was started in the SEC for 4 years. He started at LSU before that. And if he doesn't get turf toe last year, he gets drafted. Absolutely. He was playing awesome last year. His PFF grade was 92 point something. His PFF coverage grade was 92 point something. He has the ball skills and he has the length, almost 6'2", 185. Not a great athlete. I mean, that's the thing with him. But again, in a, sort of a poor man's version of Jackson like this, a little bit smaller, not quite as athletic, but if you play him off, you play the field in front of him, he's in zone, or you give him the opportunity to get his hands and the guy off the line, and you're not stranding him with these stud alphas for 5-6 seconds after the snap. I think that's what he could play in. Very experienced against the best competition that we had in college football those last 4 years, McLaughlin. So those 4 guys, I think 3 of them make the team. The rest of them, Trey Knox, he's okay. I compared him to Jordan Atkins for anyone out there. Jordan Atkins diet, as I call him. Mm-hmm. And Jay Sean Jones, he'll come in, he'll be a body. And the Vikings receiver depth, to be fair, is not great. So maybe, he can put up a fight there. But those top 4 guys, I think 3 of them are making the team. Just like last year, they plucked out 3 UDFAs that made the team.
Well, we just talked to Devron Harper, and he's fantastic. So,
Devron as well, yeah. And
was...
another guy who's going to be able to compete there, right? That's a spot on the team where the depth ain't great, and he got some skill too, right? So and maybe he shouldn't tell Jay Sean what I said in the room, but So
next week,
all right. Thor, this is fantastic. Thor, you've gone big time this offseason, man. You're on some very big shows. It was fantastic. We've been following you, and sooner or later, you're going to be best friends with the One Bar and
I was trying to remember to do it,
whether you like it or not, man. We greatly appreciate you taking the time, man.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, boys. Appreciate it,
bud. God, man, he's getting me riled up.
Oh,
he's riled up. How can you not be excited about this Vikings squad and this Vikings draft? After
what a great point.
To that.
About the trade. That was a fantastic point he made about the trade.
Yeah, it's like if you're trading up, who gives don't take the pick out of it. If we were trading up and we took some guy that was projected to be a second rounder, all right,
Chris Braswell. Yeah.
But we trade up and get a guy that's a surefire top 10 pick. It's like take your points and shove them up your ass.
Absolutely. 100%.
That was awesome. I'm riled up. My ears are sweating.
Yeah, that was fun, man. He was definitely fired up. You didn't have to ask him questions. He would have sat here and ranted. We would have been fine.
It was beautiful. We got it. So let's talk. We talked about our favorite pick. Let's talk about our most head scratching pick.
Yeah.
Most head scratching pick.
It doesn't mean it's a bad pick. Just one that's like, really?
I don't know. I think it might mean.
I wouldn't call mine bad. Oh, Luminous Grin.
Mine's not bad. Viking funeral. Greatly appreciated, sir. I didn't want to throw that up while Devron was talking. But as always, really appreciated. It sounds like he had a real bad hangover.
Viking funeral? Yeah, I heard he was wasted.
No, not that day. A different day. Thor, God of War. Kirk will demand a trade.
Weird.
Everybody just talking about Thor. Rouse at 177.
Yeah.
Didn't like that pick. Mahogany and Wingo were still there.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Voss hated the kicker pick, but he's coming around.
Mm-hmm.
Will the kicker. Couple kickers.
Kirk will retire with a fat bag of money. Yeah, he's in a fat sack of cash. There's no doubt about that. He already does.
It's the best.
Gosh, skip
Viking funeral.
You never skip Viking funeral.
Never.
Ever.
All right, Lupagus. What John doesn't dislike any of the picks.
Yeah, I don't dislike this, but the fact we took a kicker when we did, before addressing interior O-line, D-line with some guys on the board that we didn't think would be there, a little bit surprising. I don't know if Wingo was still on the board at that point, but I'm pretty sure Christian Mahogany was. And
I think Wingo was.
And we took a kicker. To me, that had me scratching both my heads. I was just like, okay, but I get it. Like, Reichard's going to make the team. He's going to be our kicker, and he's probably going to be a pretty damn good kicker, even, despite the whole Viking history and the problems we had at that position. I think there's going to be value from it, but I was surprised when we took the kicker when we did.
Ashley, or likes Queen, 49. We got, between Twitter and YouTube, we got almost 300 watching. So
wow.
Let's hit that like button. Let's get over a Hondu. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. We're trying to get to 11,800 and become a member as well. Become a member.
And again, I'm not bitching about the pick. I just think I was surprised when we did it.
Yeah, I didn't mind that, I guess. But here's I'm gonna be a broken record here. So I'm going back to Kyrie Jackson. And here's my only reasoning is there were some dudes still there, like guys that should not have, like, so I liked the Kyrie Jackson pick. I'm gonna say that. I'm holding to it. But like Brandon Dorless, I think I would have been a little more excited. I think it fills a little bit more of a need. The defensive lineman. Jordan Jefferson went a few picks after Kyrie Jackson. I would have been all fine with that. Really, I think all the LSU guys were still there, weren't they? Maybe not. Mason McCormick was still there. Like a guy that was supposed to go there, but also fills a huge need. And Kyrie Jackson doesn't fill a huge need initially, and maybe he'll be fantastic in a couple of years. I realize that Shaq Griffin isn't a long-term answer, blah, blah, blah. But McCormick, Dorless, Cedric Van Pran was still there. TJ Tampa was there, another corner. So it's not so much the guy. It's just there was other people there that filled a more immediate need that were projected to go right there, just like Jackson was.
I see what you're saying. Like, I mean, cornerback wasn't a big a need as O-line or D-line, but Kyrie Jackson probably shouldn't have been there either. Like, I mean.
Yeah, but none of the guys I said shouldn't have been there.
No. I mean, and you're going by need, so it makes sense. But, yeah, corner was always in play there, though. Like, I mean, it was always an option. It was always going to be an option. The Vikings love their corners no matter who's in charge of this franchise. We love drafting corners, and I think we got a damn good one. So I was always a big Kyrie Jackson fan, so I was fine with it. But yeah,
I'll just say this: the only reason corner dropped down a little bit for me at that pick was that we lost our other fourth rounder.
Yeah.
So that made it more of a like let's get a need over something sexy. So when we lost the other fourth rounder, it's just like, all right, let's go D-line or O-line. And we didn't.
Like Thor mentioned too, like he thought maybe we'd look to trade down a little bit, but that just tells you how high they were on Kyrie Jackson, how much you liked him. I'm sure there was
Jackson. Offered. I can't wait to watch him. He's ginormous. I love it.
He's so big, and like some say 6'4", some say 6'3". It's crazy. It's crazy.
5'4" with the 10-foot dick.
He is the Lupagus. Is that how the rest of the song goes?
No. Did we break 50, Ashley? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
No, we're at 6. We have 6 likes.
Man, people unliked it. That's really rude.
Actually, that's what mine shows because it doesn't refresh for some reason. It's so weird.
I will say that. So just really quick, the Lions, those dickheads, not only did they get back-to-back corners, Terry and Arnold and Enos Rakestraw, their last 2 picks were Mahogany and Mekhi Wingo.
Yeah, I know.
Lions nailed the draft.
But didn't they give up like a 3rd-round pick next year to get some dude in the 5th this year? They traded up a future pick, very high one.
That doesn't
No,
make sense.
to get that weird tackle, they traded up next year. Right?
They got a weird tackle from the Canada guy, but they didn't give up. I mean, they might have gave up something. What was that? We're up to 60 likes. Let's keep going. Let's go. Harm says, grow up, one bar.
Yeah, grow up.
Harms, you sent me a picture of a penis pump today.
Why didn't I get it?
64. Let's go. Keep those likes coming. Let's go. We got plenty more Vikings to talk about. What else is on the old?
Yeah, they traded away their 2025 third rounder to get British Columbia O-line Giovanni.
Yeah, but didn't they take him in round 3?
120, end of the 4th round.
All right.
Yeah. So let's talk about this. And then Thor already mentioned it, but let's talk about this trade. There's so much shit, and it's so weird with this whole the trade, what the Vikings gave up to move up for McCarthy. They moved up to get Turner. And the whole thing with you see the Jets on the phone, that fat Gma there is talking on the phone, and the Sean Payton stuff. Let's talk about the overpay and the Vikings trading up. What's your guys' thoughts on that? We're going to give ours here in a little bit. But to me, this is so weird because you see it like I've seen it from the angle of the Broncos where they're like, oh, yeah, look what we did. The Jets saying, oh, look, we fleeced the Vikings. And I've seen it from the Vikings angle as well. So depending on what team is the team, like who's putting it out there, the spin on it has been different. So let's just see your guys' takes on it, and we'll give ours too.
Yeah, get your butts over there. Lord Duncan Rockin' World. He's one away from 60th. Is it only? Get over there, give him a sub. See who's the 60th subscriber. Do it.
I'm going to unsubscribe, and then I'm going to be the 69th subscriber.
That's rude. So overall thoughts on the trade, you're basically saying? So, yeah, I mean, first off, Sean Payton, what an idiot. He looks like such a loser. I'm sorry. When you're sitting there saying that, you could tell he's just lying. It's painful. And JJ McCarthy, when he was on PA, he even said that he was under he said, I figured I was going to be a Bronco. So clearly the Broncos were making calls. And he blew Sean Payton's cover. Because Sean Payton, what he was saying, like, yeah, we're trying to make it look like, who the fuck wants Bo Nix? He's full of shit. He settled for Bo Nix. Michael Penix was gone. It was painful. And him and his butthole mouth are going to suck next year. He's going to be fired, and he looks like a moron. All right, enough of him.
And he's got a butthole chin.
Oh, I've covered the butthole.
Did you?
Everything.
Thank you for doing that. Yeah. And my perspective doesn't come from a guy who actually I love having draft picks. I want as many draft picks as we can, but I've also seen like just because you have a lot of draft picks doesn't mean it's going to work.
Yeah, you're just being selfish. Being really selfish that you want picks. I don't care if we have no picks next year. We got the players we wanted. We have our first rounder next year. We're going to get a comp pick for Kirk Cousins or Daniil Hunter. So you can look at it and say, oh, we only have, 3 picks next year? Well, we're going to get some comp picks, and they're going to be early. And we're going to wheel and deal next year. We're going to have that first rounder. Something tells me we were balls to the wall this year. Next year, maybe we trade back a little bit in that first. Maybe pick up another third. Maybe pick up another fourth and a fifth. So I fully expect us to have at least double the amount of picks we have.
Kwesi said there's ways to get those picks back, whether it's sliding down the draft or, trading player here in the offseason. There's ways to get those picks back. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what we gave up to move up. Yeah, did it not make sense on a trade chart? Here's the thing that I keep going back to. What's worse? Not having a 4th round pick this year, a 3rd next year, or losing on JJ McCarthy? Like, what would you rather have the ending outcome be? I mean, seriously. Like, honestly, like, why would you risk losing out JJ McCarthy, who was your 4th best quarterback on your board, a guy that's a perfect fit for your system, 21 years old, played in a pro system, like everything makes sense. Like, why would you risk it because you want to keep a 3rd and a 4th round pick? No.
Yeah, and it was really more the Dallas Turner. I mean, that's where we gave up quite a bit of that compensation as well. And again, it's like, who gives a shit? We got Dallas Turner. We basically got 2 first round. I mean, doesn't matter. We absolutely killed it. We killed it. We're gonna have more picks next year. So the draft trade issues can go up my ass real far up there.
Yeah, I don't care, and I'm so sick of hearing about it. Like, did we get fleeced? I mean, if you're going by like the standard chart, maybe the value probably wasn't great, but you look at what you came away with, and it's not just McCarthy and Turner. It's also still having that 1st round pick in 2025, which we were all prepared. We were all prepared to give up both our picks to get McCarthy at like 5. Like that's what we all thought would happen. We didn't do it. We hung tight. We got McCarthy, Turner, and our first round pick next year.
And Thomas says Kwesi did his job very well. If you after this draft, regardless of the Lewis Scenes, the Andrew Booths, the Brian Asamoahs, if you can't just look at yourself in the mirror and say Kwesi absolutely killed this draft, you just don't like Kwesi. Like you're never going to come around. Like if you can't like the fact that we got McCarthy and we got Turner and we still have our first rounder next year, it's like if you don't like this, you're never going to like a single draft in your life.
I gotta be honest. When I look in the mirror, Kwesi is the last thing I think of. Usually, I think of is why am I so fucking gross?
Nah, you're not that gross.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're not that gross.
You're not
as gross as you think you are. Vikings won the first round. Fucking air right.
I think there should have been more. There should have been more talk about that. Like honestly, McCarthy and Dallas Turner. Are you kidding me?
Ben, the Manwich Slam will be on the member video.
Yeah, you gotta be a member.
I'm guessing it'll be this weekend, probably Sunday. I don't know, but I'm gonna do it soon. Get it over with. Yeah, I want to bring keep talking, but I want to bring Viking Funeral on quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Champion. I'm gonna message him.
The last segment here, we're going to talk about some things we learned from the 2024 NFL draft that we can maybe use next year as we try to figure out like what may happen, what teams may do, what the Vikings might do. So there's definitely things that I think we learned this year that we can apply to next year to make it a better understanding of what the Vikings do, and maybe even things just to look for. That can
this is year 3 of Kwesi's drafts.
Yeah.
So we got Lewis Seen, we got Jordan Addison, we got J.J. McCarthy and Dallas Turner. Obviously, there's a lot more sprinkled in there, but I think we're starting to get kind of a feel of maybe what to expect or not to expect. So it's crazy. Yeah. It's been 3 years.
It is crazy. No, Nitzberg, you cannot come on. You stay there. Drink your water.
Wow. I wasn't understanding Thor. Was you say he had to get to the car wash? Was he already at the car wash?
I don't know what the car wash thing was all about. Like,
maybe it's slang that it was. I just don't understand.
I don't know. Maybe he thinks we're dirty.
Well, he ain't wrong. He's
not wrong.
The first doesn't count. That was Spielman's draft team. All right.
Yeah.
That's code. Tim Voss says it's code for doing bad things to your
car wash, is it?
I don't know. I don't think so. But the Thor, he really, I mean, he's on PA quite a bit. He's on Colin Cowherd. He's a pretty big deal. I greatly appreciate him coming on. And Devron.
We're gonna have him on a ton. Yeah, Devron was fantastic. They're both fantastic. And I love the fact that when I mentioned his name, he said, "Oh yeah, Devron. He's good too."
All right, there's Viking Funeral, who's probably still hungover.
Yeah, geez, sober up, man.
Oh my God, draft day. I was drinking before we even got started. And
what day was this?
I was so tanked. What's that?
What was this? Was your birthday on draft day?
It was the day. It was day 2.
Oh, but day 2.
But that wasn't what I was talking about in the chat. My 30th birthday. I had 30th. My 30th, I had like 26 shots and like 3 pitchers of beer, according to like the pictures that I've seen. But I know there's more. I know there was more taken because I know the owner of the bar that we were at, and he took me in the back and he gave me some of his like special reserve stuff, and so it was a bad deal.
Did you?
I puked in the parking lot. I was being held up by my buddy by my belt, and they threw me in the back of the car. They threw me in the back of the car and left me there. I don't remember from 10:30 on, but apparently I was walking around till 1 a.m.
Sounds like you pissed him just like our Scalisi did on Thursday night.
Who knows? I couldn't hold water down for 3 days after that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, not great.
I went to the doctor right after that, or it was like after the 3 days or whatever, and he has you do like you open your mouth and stick the depressor in or whatever. He's like, Jesus, because I was throwing up so much that like the acid had scarred my throat and stuff. Yeah, it was bad.
I got a bad pinky, Mark Johnson. I can't do my pinky.
Wait, we had to bring you on one more time. The champion of the draft. Yeah. Look at him, he's got his Oscar. The man has his Oscar. The floor is yours, Viking Funeral. The best damn draft video It's going to be tough to beat. You're two-time rating champion going for the three-peat next year.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that voted, everybody that made a video, everybody that was participated in any type of way. You guys make the community an amazing place to be. This is why I show up here every single week. It's not just for One Bar Olympics. It's for all you guys in the chat. It's for all the people who have their takes, whether I agree with them or not. I love you all, and I thank you guys for voting, and even for if you didn't vote for me, for voting for your favorite video out there. That's very cool that you did that. Everybody did an unbelievable job. And I was too drunk to be able to say this on the draft party night, but I just wanted to thank you guys all. You guys are amazing.
So are you, Viking Funeral. So
Viking
are you.
Funeral, we love the shit out of it. We were all shit-faced on draft day. And next year, we're going to take it up another level. We're going to be even more shit-faced. So it was beautiful.
You need to rent a hall and invite everybody up.
We're gonna. It's gonna.
That's
happen.
what I'm talking about.
I got a church lined up in Superior. We're all going to go there.
My
a church.
God.
Yeah, the Lutheran sushi, right?
Yes,
Down there.
yes.
Ham sandwiches.
That's where we're going.
Viking Funeral, we love you, man. Take care, buddy.
Love you guys too.
Go
See
put
you,
that
buddy.
thing on the mantle. I have a feeling that Viking Funeral is going to put his beautiful trophy out in the trash.
No, I don't think so.
No,
I don't
really.
think so. He's going to mount it to the hood of his truck. All right, let's go over some rumors. Just things that we learned from this draft. Not rumors, just things we learned from this draft. And I spoiled my first one. I'm going to start because I spoiled it.
All right, go ahead.
Some rumors are true. There's some rumors that are true. This year, a couple that I found out were true. Vikings want to keep pick 23. They did. They wanted to keep pick 23. They're willing to wait it out, sweat it out, and JJ McCarthy to keep
Technically,
pick
they
23.
didn't keep pick 23.
Well, I know, but they had a chance to get a second selection there. They traded it up. Either way, they had 2 picks in the first round. Vikings liking Penix turned out to be very true. It sounds like they were fine having McCarthy or Penix. And the Commanders, apparently it was going to be Jaden Daniels or JJ McCarthy. Those all were true, and rumors we questioned as this process was happening.
Here's what I'll say. When it comes to what we learned is expect the unexpected. I have no clue what to expect when it comes to Kwesi and his drafts, because when you look at every single one, it's all been all over the board. That first one we traded way the hell back and we took Lewis Seen. We stay pat and get Jordan Addison. This year, I would have never expected this is how it's going to end up. So, even next year, to go into the draft and be like, oh, yeah, we know Kwesi is going to do this or do that. That's bullshit. If you say that, you're full of shit, because we have no idea what this guy's going to do. Thor said it. The balls on him to stay and wait for the Giants to pick, wait for the Bears pick to go through and nobody trading up. That takes, his job's on the line. Can you imagine being him and just doing it? So expect the unexpected. No clue what this guy's going to do. Rick Spielman, we knew what he was going to do. He was going to keep trading and just doing what we knew he was going to do. But Kwesi, he's a wild card, man.
Yeah, I got 3 I'll do quick. Top 30 visits are very important next year. Pay attention to the top 30 visits. I think we got 5 guys that came in and visited with the Vikings. So when those lists come out, do your research, watch those guys' YouTube clips, because they're going to take at least 3 or 4 of those guys. So that's very important. Kwesi also speaks truth in his pressers. He said, he talked about the value of positions and where these things go. Apparently, they value Drake May more than JJ McCarthy. They're willing to give all these picks to go up and get Drake May. McCarthy, they're willing to wait and sweat it out and see if they can get him at, closer to 11. So those were all very true, the way he said, as far as measuring value to positions. And then I think the one thing, the biggest error we made, the biggest sin we had this entire draft season.
I bet I had a bigger sin than whatever about yours.
You probably did, but from January to April 25th, we were all, I shouldn't say that, because actually when we made that trade was what? March 23rd?
Early.
Yeah, so it was late March. We were all focused, 100%. It was complete blinders. We were trading up. Anytime we did a mock draft, when we brought people on and they were like, no, we're going to stick and pick. We're like, okay, whatever. It's not going to happen. We need to be open. We have to be open to every single possibility, because this year, when did we find out that was actually going to happen? Maybe the night before the draft. That seemed like a real possibility. The Vikings were going to stick and pick and ride this thing out. So you got to be open to all scenarios. And I think we closed ourselves off this year, and we got to remember not to do that in the future.
You sound like Rocky Balboa at the end of Rocky IV when he's trying to get Russia and America to like each other.
Did they?
If I can get along, we can get along. Ah!
Did it win? Did they do it?
I don't know.
I got those Rocky shorts from Roosevelt. I'm very excited to rock them one day.
Yeah, you'll look good in those. There was one thing. Oh, one thing I thought was, I mean, don't get me wrong, it was awesome. But like when Kwesi told Kevin O'Connell that we're getting Dallas Turner, like he didn't even talk to him about like, isn't that a sidebar conversation? Just like, hey, just so you're clear, I want to get your buy-in on this. Not only are we getting Turner, we're like.
Have you seen draft day?
Is this? Yeah, but I don't know. I guess I assumed that he had at least a little bit of maybe.
I'm guessing they're like, we're going to get a
like,
defensive player next, and then
I don't know. Like the look on his face, like I don't even know if he knew that we were trading up. It was crazy. I'm not saying it's wrong or bad.
I don't think he cared.
Is the
I'm so excited.
I'm just saying I was a little surprised that like it's just like, look, we got Dallas Turner.
Yeah, it was. And I don't think Kwesi has to really. Like, I mean, I think they have like a general plan and maybe player specific. I mean, other than like obviously the quarterback was definitely something KLC was gonna have a huge say in. But as far as that goes, I mean, Kwesi can do whatever the hell he wants.
He can. It's his show. It is his show, and maybe it was maybe McCarthy was O'Connell's guy, and after that he's like, do whatever you want. I got my guy. Don't care. And it was a wonderful surprise. But overall. We did a great video. We gave the Vikings an A-. I think that's very fair. Anybody ripping on the any part of this draft are morons.
Well, it's so top heavy. Like just the fact to get the future quarterback. I am. I have my mom's titties, but it's very top heavy. We got JJ.
They're
McCarthy.
Beautiful. I've seen them both. All four of them.
You got Dallas Turner. And the fact you get those two guys, and you still get like Kyrie Jackson, and then the other parts are pieces. Like, the kicker is going to have huge value this year and moving forward. Hopefully, he is the man. We finally solved that position. Walter Rouse. I should have kept that A-. Yeah, I know. Where is that? Did you throw it out?
I did.
I don't know how you cannot give this an A. I mean, and anybody bitch him out the trade value. Thor knocked that thing out today. I mean, he absolutely wiped that out with his point there. As far as it's the player, it's not the position, it's not the number, it's not the points, it's who you're going up to get. We went up to get Dallas Turner. We went up to get JJ McCarthy. The picks can lick my balls.
They can lick his balls. Yeah. Speaking of wiping, I always go front to back. Yeah. I mean, this was. I don't want to like toot our own horn, but. Like Devron was fantastic. Thor was fantastic. This was a great show. A lot of fantastic comments. Everybody hopping on. Greatly appreciated as always. We'll probably be, there might be 2 times a week, but probably more on the 1 time a week now as it starts to slow down. Once the season starts, we'll probably be live every fucking day. Hit that like button. Hit that up. It's
going to be wild once the season starts. Maybe even training camp. When things start
Voss, I knew you would live dangerously.
Oh my God.
Your balls
afraid of a little rash.
His balls have gangrene, guaranteed.
Oh my God. All right. Again, thank you everybody for hopping on in the comments. Again, Devron is fantastic. If you don't like him,
go give him a follow. If you're on Twitter, go give him a follow on Twitter for sure. Let him know One Bar and Lubbock show sent you.
And remember this, the WWF tag team, the Bushwhackers, were originally known as the New Zealand Kiwis. Damn it. Horrible name.